is like traveling, exploring a new city, and making new discoveries. But planning your trip and navigating a foreign place can be a pain. But it's 2018 and you have all the digital tools to make your vacation a breeze. In this episode, we get some travel tips and tricks from the experts, and we check out how technology has changed the world of travel. With the rise of social media, traveling has become a shared experience. With an Instagram picture here and a Facebook post there, sharing your adventures has become the norm. Whether it's a hashtag epic time or even a horrible one, more often than not, it'll appear on the internet. And the terrible vacation is what inspired travel bloggers Yoshke Dimen and Vince Carlos to start their website, The Poor Traveler.
Before, we just really wanted to document our travels. Kapag nagta-travel kami, something always happens. So the first time na nag-travel kami together na gastos namin, it was in an island in the south. We know the feeling na meron kang enough budget na kapag nag-overspend ka, even a little bit, your itinerary is ruined. What happened was, we booked a resort beforehand and then they completely forgot about us.
So nandun kami 1:30 p.m. hanggang 4:30 p.m. nandun kami.
Nag-give up na lang.
Ala na, balik na tayo sa mainland. At practically, nisira yung
plan namin. That's how we decided na, you know what, we should write more about our trips so our readers won't make the same mistakes that we do.
The Poor Traveler is an online budget travel guide that shares the good, the bad, and the ugly of traveling. From the best deals to the most cautionary of tales, Yosh and Vince are on top of it.
We thought that it was a good idea to just write about the misadventures. Kasi the second trip naman, we were in Zambales and yung boat namin nasiraan ng engine. So we were floating aimlessly for over an hour, and then when finally gumana na yung boat, bumangga kami sa isang rock islet. That's why it's The Poor Traveler. It's not just about the budget, it's also about being so
yung experience na parang
unfortunate. When we're traveling, we're online all the time. We were asked before, if there's only one tool that you could use during travel, what would it be? And I said without hesitation, it's my phone. I needed to plan my trips, I needed to navigate, to find whatever establishment I need to find, and I need it for recommendations from friends. So I use it all the time.
Yosh and Vince's passports are well used, having traveled all over the world. They've got almost 1 million followers across their social media. No wonder they've become the top go-to travel blog for many, and both of them say that travel nowadays begins online.
And we find inspiration on Instagram and Facebook, and then we find deals using a whole lot of applications. Most of it are comparison sites for comparing flights and hotels, and then you have Klook for tours. We also follow a lot of airlines just so we know that when the prices of flights go down, that we'll be able to snag even just a couple of seats.
the good thing about din sa mga apps na na-mention is you can set up price alerts sa mga apps na yon so that they notify you may piece of fare or sale yung ganitong airlines.
Travel apps aren't just limited to booking flights or easily getting handy travel guides in the palm of your hand. Dozens of the latest travel apps and mobile websites help you get around, find friends, and save money along the way. Some apps allow tourists to hire a local photographer for an instant photo shoot to get those beautiful Insta-worthy pictures you've always wanted. Others automatically translate foreign languages on boards and street signs. Some even connect you to a local who's willing to tour you around the city.
Hi, I'm Patrick from Switzerland. I use Show Around app to get locals showing me around, and I also offer people in Zurich to show them around. Once you open the app, they ask you if you are in Manila right now, then you can play yes or no. Then you have lots of profiles, so we have lots of guides.
Yeah.
Right
so
now.
these guides, some will charge, some have a fee, some do not.
Exactly.
And you choose based on a profile.
Exactly. Some of them will tell you, I'll tell you about the history, which is very interesting, and some offer going out to clubs and nightlife.
The way people travel has definitely changed because of technology. It's easier to do certain things, but for some, it may be even more complicated with a deluge of information and digital tools to filter through. Best to get tips for being a smart and responsible DIGIPINOY traveler from those in the know, like the country's top travel bloggers Yosh and Vince and Anton Diaz of Our Awesome Planet, as well as the Department of Tourism. Their biggest warning: online scams.
Based on the data we have collated, a lot of the people that arrive here in the country are doing it online, either through a app or a mobile app. But we want to make sure that you book with the accredited.
With the increase of digital, there'll be really a lot of scam also. You have to rely on the actual websites. If it's not HTTPS, don't buy or give your content to those websites. Other thing, we don't usually use public Wi-Fi because it's really easy to get your information also from there.
Do not just rely on Facebook ads. Because if there's an ad that would say, buy this package, it's very, very cheap to Hong Kong for 3 nights, 4 days for 5,000 pesos, do not believe it. If it's too good to be true, do not believe it.
That's why we've always advocated research before travel. It's not just because of getting to know the culture. It's good, yeah, that's one of the reasons, but also because of your own safety.
With research comes discovering the best apps, and travel bloggers have their favorites.
TripAdvisor for recommendations, Google Translate, Google Maps for navigation, Waze when we're on a road trip, and I have this favorite app. It's Google Sky Map on Android, but it's Go Sky Watch on iOS. It can get boring sometimes, especially at night. For example, if you're on a camping trip, I always like watching the stars.
We never imagined decades ago that we'd have all these cool tools at our fingertips. The digital revolution is just at its infancy, and it's barely scratched the surface of what's to come. With the creation of more apps, we can expect more unique ways to experience destinations and share our travels. Next on DIGIPINOY, we jump ahead and see what's in store for travel in the digital age.
In the future, the Filipinos will dominate the food and lifestyle scene.